Welcome back to the Three Ball USA Showcase, coming at you from Milpitas, California, just outside the Great Mall. And we got one of the greatest street ball players ever joining the broadcast today. I've been anticipating it. You know this man right here, Grayson Boucher, a.k.a. the Professor. Oh, baby. I just had to do that. Man, appreciate you joining the broadcast. In case you don't know who this guy is, this is a street ball legend. This is one of the pioneers. You remember him back on the N1 mixtape. He's made several movie appearances as well. One of the pioneers of the street ball game. So I actually want to ask you, now that 3x3 has emerged, and it's becoming a viable option for guys that play street ball. You know, we got a $50,000 tournament here. Now all of a sudden 3x3 is officially an Olympic event for the first time ever in 2020. What do you make of the evolution of 3x3 and street ball and where it's at now?
I love it. I love it because, you know, initially street ball was just leagues in the Northeast, Chicago, primarily on the East Coast, right? And then with the emergence of N1, it introduced it to the world. But there still was only like one platform, right? If you weren't playing the summer pro-am leagues, then it was the N1 team. And then since then, it's kind of more, some people define street ball as pickup basketball. Some say 3-on-3. Some say going to the park with your friends. Some still say the pro-am leagues.
Right.
So this is all different outlets. So now that another outlet has emerged and there's some incentive for people to get on a higher platform, I think it's dope.
Yeah, I know for me, you know, I played 5-on-5, not at a high level, but most of the time when we were playing on the back courts, we were playing 3-on-3.
Yeah.
So the rules here are pretty consistent with how you play street ball in that way. You know, you're a guy, you still got some game. You know, would you ever consider starting a 3x3 team and maybe fielding the squad?
Possibly, man. You know, I mean, the fact that I play like exhibition games all over the world, I have to set aside time to do something like this.
Right.
But I love it. I grew up playing in 3-on-3s. You know, in my hometown, Salem, Oregon, they have a 3-on-3 tournament. I remember the prize was like $5,000. It was like the biggest thing of the summer.
Right.
So I grew up doing it. I love 3-on-3 basketball.
Now, we talk a lot about 3-on-3, but I got to ask you, are people still crazy enough to challenge you one-on-one? I've seen some of the damage you've done to people on the internet. Just you can't win. You're going to get embarrassed. Are you still getting challenged?
All the time, man. All the time. You know, and the truth is, you know, you're gonna face tough opponents. You know, there's gonna be losses, but you know, basketball's ups and downs. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
We try to stay on the up as much as we can.
By the way, he'll have some challengers one-on-one here today. Part of the reason that he's here, I'm praying for y'all. I'm definitely praying for y'all. That'll be coming up after our fourth game. My last question for you.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you spent many years with the N1 mixtape tour. So many great memories that not only that you gave us, but I'm sure you have some personal great memories. When you think back to that, what was your top memory from that time?
My top memory? Oh man, there was so many. I think some of the top memories were my first year on N1, hitting a game-winning shot in Madison Square Garden.
Big shot.
And then I think another one that stands out for me was when we went global for the first time. And the first place we played in Asia was in Japan, and I remember selling out an arena of like 20,000 people. And just I had never even seen a basketball game with that kind of energy, just in any form of basketball.
Yeah.
Just because the anticipation of street ball at that time was so high. And then we went to Brazil, and then went to Europe. It was definitely memorable.
Man, I tell you, 3x3 pioneer, class act that will absolutely put your ankles in a backpack. The Professor. Appreciate you, man.
Hey,
thanks for joining the broadcast. Hey, we got more 3x3 hoops coming up here as we move closer, handing out $50,000. We got the Professor in the building. We're going to see him after Game 4, but we got some more action on the way. The Chompin Chihuahuas and the New Yorkies, a battle of the miniature dogs, I guess you could say. That's coming up next. Keep it here. What's good? Welcome back. Kyle Montgomery in your ear as the Three Ball USA Showcase continues here in Milpitas, California. We just wrapped up our second game of the day as the Hungry Huskies came out with a win. Kyle Montgomery once again hanging with you alongside my man Kevin Dana, holding things down on the sideline, although he does this as well for the Santa Cruz Warriors play-by-play. And let's take a look at the highlights, the way things went down in our second game here of day 2. And show you how the Hungry Huskies got that win over the Magnificent Mutts. The Mutts came in with Calvin Hermanson you know, with a lot of hype, leading scorer from day one, you know. But Joey King wasn't hearing none of that. The big man was assertive, was aggressive throughout the game. 9 points to lead the way for the Hungry Huskies. Paris Kyles would chip in 7 for the Huskies as well. And the Magnificent Mutts, I think, was trying to lean a little bit too much on Hermanson because he wasn't giving him the offense that he gave him from day one. It reflected in the game, I thought, Kevin.
Yeah, Kyle, and he wasn't getting as clean a looks as he was getting on Friday night.
Good point.
These were contested jumpers that he was trying to hit. He did hit one two-pointer in this game, but most of his money was made at the rim in this one. But really the story was Joey King for me. He dominated yesterday. He dominated inside the paint. He was very good at slipping screens when going to the hoop, and they've just had a great chemistry. You talked about it a little bit, Kyle. We talked about it in the post-game interview. This team has played their fair share of three ball. They played at the Saskatoon Masters, got a top 10 finish there, and their experience showed. These aren't the most highly credentialed guys when it comes to college basketball and professional basketball, but when it comes to three ball, they're a very tough team to beat.
Listen, they've got a clean slate, a blank slate, you could say, when it comes to 3x3. And they handled business 21-15 as the Hungry Huskies got it done. Reminder for you, we've got only 8 teams, only 8 slots for the quarterfinals tomorrow. That's being decided today. $50,000 on the line as we open up this 3-ball USA tournament. Happy to be a part of it and anxious to see what's happening next as we get ready for the action to continue here in Milpitas. We're going to step aside, though, for just a moment and come back as we get closer to starting this thing off between the Chompin Chihuahuas and the New Yorkies. Well, the sun may be going down, but we turning up as we go into the evening here and get to Game 3, Day 2. Chompin Chihuahuas 1-0 after beating Team All-America yesterday against the New Yorkies, 0-1 after suffering a loss to the Huskies. The win picking up as well because we're trying to keep our papers in order. Kev, you
flying all over the place.
You got some paperweights or something? This should be a good matchup. Again, you see the New Yorkies coming in on the brink of elimination. This will be a tough go for them. And Roddy Pryor is a guy that I'm looking at. I know that the guard matchup in this one is tantalizing. I love watching Disco Damo. I love watching Stefan Hanna. I think that may be a watch, but we're looking at guys that could be difference makers. You spoke highly of Pryor in the way that he played day one. He had 7 points. Given this guy's athleticism, I know we've been harping on that, but it is a huge asset. I'm waiting for him to take it to the next level. I'm just going to be honest. I want to see him dunk on somebody. He's a 2017 dunk champ.
2017 NCAA Slam Dunk champion. He could do it here tonight, but really I was impressed with his perimeter game. Look at this pull-up, too. He hits with a hand in his face. It doesn't matter. The hezzy, the step back. Ooh, kiss it off the glass for me one time. Rodney Pryor, he's a multifaceted offensive player. He was really impressive in that win last night over All-America.
Yeah, he's definitely a dude that can do some things in space. Maybe he gets an up fake and gets to the rim. We'll have to see. Love his game. Meantime, for the Yorkies, I want to see what Disco Damo can do today. I think he did a great job of helping his team get back in it yesterday in a loss. Kind of got off to a slow start. Disco Damo, I think he's got to put the pedal to the metal, so to speak, from the very beginning. Be very assertive offensively to start this game, and maybe not have to dig out of a hole, with some good play early on.
Let's take a look at these stats, Kyle. 7 points and 7 assists in a game to 21. That's doing a lot of work. You mentioned they got down big. It was a 10-0 run for the Hungry Huskies to get down 12-2, but it was Disco Damo who brought them back. You see the between the legs, the feed it off to David Seegers for the bank shot, but Disco Damo gave them a chance to get back into that game and try to pull it out down the stretch. Just a little too late for him, not to be confused with the South Florida Dominique Jones that played in the NBA for a couple of years, but this guy has game as well.
Disco Damo, very familiar with him, representing Team Harlem on the 3x3 World Tour. Suffered a heartbreaking loss at the Mexico City Masters to Team Chihuahuas. I remember that one well. But he's hoping to not suffer a devastating loss in this one as he keeps his eyes on that $50,000. I'm liking the bandana look too, So Disco Damo all ready to go. Also, I wouldn't sleep on the matchup down low, the big man. I like Cox and what he can bring to the table and his aggression. I think he's another guy that could potentially be a difference maker in this game as he lines up against Michigan's own Zach Irvin.
That's going to be a fun matchup to watch because Zach Irvin certainly has the credentials, but Anthony Cox, a guy who has made his noise in the Canadian National Basketball League, a nice rim protector extraordinaire for this team. Had just one bucket in the game yesterday, but he can get it going, and this is a guy who is another top 20 player in the United States when it comes to 3-on-3 rankings, so he's one of the better-known players at this level.
He's aggressive, and his mohawk is also aggressive. He is ready to play some 3x3 basketball. 10 minutes on the game clock. First to 21 is going to win it. They're getting the nerves all worked out and getting ready to be introduced here momentarily. Vince Chang is going to take over the microphone and get you better acquainted with both of our teams as we move into our third game of 5 here on day 2 and get closer to our quarterfinals, which start tomorrow. Chompin Chihuahuas, the New Yorkies, coming up here in just a few moments. Kyle Montgomery, Kevin Dana here with you. Hope you guys have been enjoying yourself. And if you're not following us, by the way, on social media, not me and Kevin, but our official social media account, 3Ball USA, go and do that for us right now. Go ahead, get on your social media, follow us, 3Ball USA. Meantime, here's the pregame introductions.
Number 3, Stephon Hanna. Also number 13, Rodney Pryor. Next, number 14, Hunter Hill. And following up, number 21, Zach One Way to Indy Irvin. Those are your Chompin Chihuahuas. Next thing coming up, the New Yorkies, AKA Team Harlem. Number 5, Dominique Disco Damo Jones. Next, number 10, David Super Dave Seegers. Next, number 20, Antoine Morgano. And the big fella, number 35, Anthony Cox. All right, we got coin toss right on the top of the key. Let's see who gets first possession.
All right, so here we go. New Yorkies, white tops, orange bottoms. The Chompin Chihuahuas rocking the all gray. And the Chompin Chihuahuas come in again 1-0. The New Yorkies 0-1. Chihuahuas with the upset of day 1 against Team All-America. And the New Yorkies just didn't have quite enough. Got off to a slow start against the Huskies, who we just saw pick up a win to move to 2-0. You cannot afford to do it again here on day 2. So we'll see who wants it more here as 50 G's is on the line here in Milpitas this weekend. So Dave Seegers, Disco Damo, a couple of dudes that have been around the block in terms of 3x3. See if that experience pays off. Super Dave over to Disco Damo. Misses it, but Cox tracks down the rebound. Damo, he was all over our top 5 plays from day 1. And Super Dave, he's rocking the headband too. The Ginsu New Yorkies. Need time to pull up. Short range, evens things up on 1 apiece. Seegers skying to catch the oop from Disco Damo to make it a 2-1 game. And then Seegers whistle for the foul. It's going to put Stephon Hanna up on the stripe. Another look. Damo. Super Dave flies in with his cape. That's not a cape. That's just what's ever left over from the bandana, but it looks superhero-ish. Stephon Hanna at the stripe. Fringe NBA guy, made the Bulls preseason roster back in 2015. Became a star in the D-League, a two-time Defensive Player of the Year with the Santa Cruz Warriors. Also had stints in Latin America and Europe. He can ball. It's good. Good from the stripe. Oh, God, how did he make that? 3 up. Zach Irvin. Super Dave came in with the block, but it was after the travel was called, so turnover. Another look at that last make by Cox. Dude is flying out of bounds. You're going to win horse with that every single time. With the right hand, unorthodox. Super Dave, miscommunication with Cox. And Hanna still struggling with his shot. He and Disco Damo. Nice little guard matchup. Oh, have that. Hunter Hill couldn't connect, though, after the nice move. Hanna gonna try it again from distance. Bottoms. Now it's time to D up. Damo with the spin on him. Gets to the middle of the lane. And a foul called on the floor. Another look as Hanna chucks the deuces. Pryor, steal. Misses the two-piece. Disco Damo, he got a good look. Cox with the strong board. And the fireball, no look. But wasn't quite ready for it. Antoine Morgano. It's like, come on, man. Put a little finesse on that for me. Rodney Pryor. Pull up. A little dramatic. Pull up Jay, rolls around the rim and drops in. And nice feed underneath. Morgano gets the score. It's a 6-4 game. Just over 2 minutes has passed in this one. Pryor, no good from deep. Morgano working on Pryor underneath. Morgano starting to make a mark on the game offensively. I think his play defensively is going to be the key. Lined up against Pryor. Switch now. Now Morgano against Hanna. He's too hot to hold, too much to handle. But he blows the crib. Cox. Morgano. Back to Cox. Cox. Oh, little dream shake. Little dream shake. 6 apiece. Rodney Pryor. Misses it. Cox snatches the board. Morgano picking his spot. Oh, yeah, he's starting to get it going now. So Morgano, I believe, with the last 3 buckets for the New Yorkies. Gets it over to Super Dave. Seegers, step back. You don't know me like that. 9-6. Hanna, the jabby, hand up, and good contest there from Super Dave. Now Super Dave, he gonna step back. Oh, maybe he should have stepped forward. Another look. The nice shoulder fake from Cox. Good touch in the paint. Love Cox's game. You know, he's so aggressive in the way that he attacks the rim. But good to see him show that touch as well. Morgano tied up by Hanna. Hanna leaves his feet and whistle for the foul. Foul number 2 on the Chompin Chihuahuas as the New Yorkies fight for their $50,000 3x3 lives out here. You do not want to fall to 0-2. It is as close to a death sentence as it comes, as only the top 4 will move on from each group. Hanna doing his dance. Morgano, no choice. He just wrapped him up. Said, I ain't gonna let you do me like that. So the New Yorkies have jumped out to a 10-6 lead after a 4-0 run. The Chihuahuas looking to trim into it now. Hannah got to a spot, he missed. Zach Irvin, former Mr. Indiana, gets the score. 3-point game. Super Dave, passes deflected, kickball. Another look. Hannah missing, but Irvin confiscating the board and putting that thing up and in. Super Dave. Dave hanging. Morgano. He's got his back like a pack. And puts it up and in. Our statistician, Hunter, he liked that one. Got his back like a pack. He took him a second to get it. It's like, what? Oh, I like it. Foul call on the play. Hunter Patterson, the Bay's own. 4-point game. And here's Pryor. Going to get a chance to trim into this lead for the Chihuahuas. And it's a 3-point game. Cox on the block, in the paint, don't matter. He's getting buckets. Pryor misses the lefty, so Disco Damo, he's got the dance floor to himself. Oh, and he left Hannah behind like the Uber came. 5-point game. Hannah trying to give you something back. Oh, yeah, take that with you. And then he plays the passing lane and gives him another 2-piece. He's doing his Drake impression, going back to back. 13-12. Oh, Cox. Good move, Irvin. Like, what'd I do? Well, he fouled him. Another look, Disco Damo on. Oh. He gets you an ISO, and you might want to tell your family members to look away for a second. Some things could happen. Cox misses the free throw. Rodney Pryor, Hezzy. Not afraid one bit going at Cox. Pryor fouled in the process of the shot. So Rodney Pryor, again, your 2017 NCAA dunk champ out of Georgetown, and former Hoya at the stripe. So the New Yorkies have accumulated 14 fouls. Chihuahuas, meantime, with 3 fouls. And Pryor makes the free throw. It's 13 up. Damo with the dime. The vision, the precision. As Morgano continues to add to his score total. Damo, right past Hannah. Almost got that one to go. So the former Globetrotter representing Harlem. Harlem stand up. Oh, and by the way, shoots his free throws one-handed. How did I miss that? He's been, matter of fact, he was better than 85% in his collegiate years, and he's always shot his free throws one-handed. It's first time at the stripe, so our first time seeing him do that. It's a little bit of history that he wasn't showing out. 14 apiece. 6-1 run by the Chihuahuas to get back in this thing. They needed a wake-up call, and they got it. Now it's anybody's game, 14 all. Oh, look at the 2-man game. Beautiful interior pass to Morgano as the New Yorkies lead it by 1. Pryor, nice step through. He had the ball in the headlock. And Morgano, oh, missed it point blank range. A rare miss for him in this game. Now Irvin pulls up, he misses. The quick clear, Damo, 2-ball corner pocket. Wag. 17-15. Pryor, up fake, got to a spot, couldn't hit it though. Now Damo clears it, takes it himself, misses the shot. Morgano though, board, and he's going to the foul line. 6th foul on the Chihuahuas is Damo starting to get it going. 2 ball in the corner. His team leading 17-15. I talked about that slow start he had yesterday. Before this game, I said he's going to have to assert himself offensively. I don't know if they can hear the broadcast today or not, but they are answering big time. As Hannah, couple of moves. Tough shot, though, over Morgano. He misses it. Damo looking for another 2 ball, and it's a no-go. Hannah, good defense there by Seegers. Try to get it quickly down to Morgano, but that ball is tipped out of bounds with 3:07 officially left in our 3rd game of the day. Day 2, only 8 slots for the quarterfinals. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Kyle Montgomery in your ear. Kevin Dana holding down the sidelines. And Disco with the post move. Disco Damo with the post move. He can't be more than 5'5". Meantime, it's Irvin. FaceTime. Damo. This dude got a motor. The defense underneath. Hannah. Nice recovery. Gets right up there with Super Dave. Blocks it with the left hand. Okay, so not complete. Okay, they're getting the shot clock situation set. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. Pull up. Missed by Disco Damo. And a 2-point game pending as Rodney Pryor is fouled on the 2-pointer. And the Chompin Chihuahuas will now have a chance to even things up. Take a look again. Both feet behind that 2-point arc. And he wasn't given any space to come down. To contact on the tail end of the shot. Morgano's like, come on, man. Pryor, good. He was behind the 2-point arc. I think he should have had another shot there. And instead, it's Disco Damo foul behind the 2-point line. And he's going to shoot 2. Either way, because the Chompin Chihuahuas have now accumulated 17 fouls, so our ref's making sure he's going to get his 2. Damo, good on the one-handed free throw. That's been his strategy for years. And you shoot it better than 80% with one hand. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And he goes back-to-back at the stripe. And the New Yorkies get their first win here in Milpitas, a much-needed win as they win it 21-18 over the Chompin Chihuahuas. So the Chompin Chihuahuas will now fall to 1-1 in Group B. And another look at Disco Damo at the stripe. Look, ma, one hand. Hits 2, and now he's going to sign some autographs. So while he's signing autographs, we're going to step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll hear from Kevin Dana with the winners. Take a look at the highlights as well. You're watching the 3-Ball USA Showcase here in the Bay. Keep it here. So again, it's a 21-18 W for the New Yorkies. Kevin Dana standing on the court now with the winners, Jones and Morgano, the 2-man wrecking crew. Well, we had a little bit of a technical issue there. So while Kevin gets his microphone together, I'm not sure if we'll be able to get back to him, but I'm pretty sure that Disco Damo and Morgano will tell you, we won because we the best, and we got the skills to pay the bill. No, I'm not sure, but as we get the microphone situation sorted out, we're going to step aside again, come back, and hopefully that situation will be sorted out, and we can actually hear from Disco Damo Jones and Morgano. But keep it here. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, now I believe that Kevin's mic. Is your microphone good? Let's get it over to Kev now, who's on the court with the winners.
All right, the mic is working.
There we go.
Dominique, this was a must-win game for you guys. You're going up against a very good team, Chompin Chihuahuas. They have a lot of good professionals there. What did it take to pull this one out?
After yesterday's performance, just a lot of hard work and just hustle. This game is about grit, so just a lot of grit. Just all my teammates about stepping up and playing big. That's all.
Antoine, you guys are vets in the game. What's it like for you to represent New York at this stage?
It's definitely a blessing. We come here ready to win all the way from the East Coast. We didn't take no 6-hour plane just to sit around and watch somebody else win, so we here.
Dominique, let's talk about that game-winning play that got you to the free throw line to hit those 2 free throws. What did you see on that play that made you realize, hey, I'm either going to make this shot or I'm going to get fouled?
Well, the help was a little late, so I was going to pull up and shoot it because I knew it was important for game. And 50,000 on the line, every shot is good. You know what I mean? That's my part. That's my take on it. So.
And final thing, Antoine, you guys are on to the quarterfinals, 2 games in the books. What do you take away from your first 2 games to try to get to that $50,000 prize?
We just take the experience, the win and the loss. At some point, we got to keep playing and play to win. Tomorrow we move on to play the quarterfinals, to play against the best out of each day. So we're here, we're ready.
Congratulations, guys. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Kyle, back your way.
All righty, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys' patience as well with the microphone issue. But the New Yorkies, they showed up big when they absolutely had to, and they'll probably most likely have an opportunity for the $50,000 tomorrow. Let's look back at the highlights in that one. Started off kind of a swinging back and forth like a pendulum. Had a beautiful dish early on as Disco Damo went up top to Super Dave. Anthony Cox also had a ridiculous shot in this game. So it was interesting to see who pulled out towards the latter half of this game. Again, as you know, neither team was giving much away. It was a game of runs, and then all of a sudden, the New Yorkies started to pull away, jumped out to a 4-point lead after a 6-1 run. Antoine Morgano was just all over the court. Scored 6 points in this game. The energy that they brought, and I think the confidence that Disco Damo played with was the difference in the game. I mean, you saw him scoring inside, scoring outside, was able to draw the foul, key foul on Stephon Hanna, where he stepped up to the stripe and calmly knocked down 2 free throws with one hand to get the W for the New Yorkies. So who's coming up next? Oh, only the #1 team in the world. Novi Sad, Serbia, lacing them up against the Golden Gate Retrievers. I think this has the makings of maybe the game of the day. We'll have to see. It's coming up next when we come back.